Well, boom. Good evening, folks. Vic, thanks for the host. Don't know if you're here. Oh, that microphone's up loud. Sorry about that. All right, we're back on AC tonight. Micah, what's going on? I was going to do EQ tonight, but I kind of got the impression Gathorn wanted to sleep in. He's kind of on a break. They're doing their exam thing, and yeah. So there we go. So we do this. Still trying to get that damn mansion. How's work going? I guess you're just kind of getting there, aren't you? Slow. Oh, man. Those are the worst. Tommy's corpse is still here. Ah. Oh, well, that's not good. Client crashed. One sec. That was just the test run. Got to get it warmed up. These old games, you know, you got to kind of crank them up a little bit. Like an old, I don't know, one of those old cars that you crank up. Taking out the mage because he implemented these new wands that are really freaking nice. Where the hell am I at? So you keep running when you disconnect like that. And a lot of times you just don't know where you're going to end up. It's really fun when you're out in the middle of the Direlands and that happens. And you just keep running. These little Manir rings. They restore mana while you're standing in them. Kind of neat. They used to have people stand inside these things when they were trying to learn new spells because you'd burn through so much mana. And there's Tommy's corpse. Poor kid. Why'd I come here? Oh, I have to go get spell components. We're going to comp up. We're going to try and get those freaking writs. Jesus. Yeah, I got to get him up 290 base war magic. Oh shit, I might have to restart the stream. We'll see. We'll see how it runs, but I have to fiddle with some settings when I stream this. I had all this set up before I went live to try and save time. But it doesn't remember. They haven't figured out how to get it to remember yet. So every time you log on, you have to reset it. It remembers for as long as you stay logged on. He, no, not really. EQ was his first deal. He got into AC a little later. Didn't really get into it as much as I did. I got my first computer in like '99 or something like that. He got his like a couple years later. So, but I think he started when he was spending the summer with me in Florida. 1 year. I don't know. The years I get blurry. That was Christ. That was about 20 years ago. Well, 1918 years ago. He did play some when it was still in retail, though. So he kind of knew what he was doing. Alright, where are we going? Swapped him out into some lighter gear. The armor's not as good, but weighs much less. He's not wearing a full suit of plate mail now. Poor guy. Driss helps Zeus out a lot with code, especially with the decal stuff. Oh, and there's Zeus. And there's Driss again. Oh, he was setting up a buff bot. That's right. So I'm going to go to Shaoxi, then I'm going to Kara, and I'll buff when I get to Kara. Nice thing about this character is he doesn't need the town criers. He can buff himself with 6s. Yay. Oh, I don't have any audio on. Shit. Sorry, hold on. Let's turn on some sound effects. Yeah, that's good. He reduced town criers to only casting level 1 spells now. He wants everybody to be self-sufficient. You've had enough time now. Is it northwest? Nope, northeast. Ooh, that is going to put my archer on hold, though. I just realized that, because he was bot reliant, unless there's a bot in town or something. He's not quite ready to solo yet. And now, EQ was his first game. And, he grudgingly followed me to Asheron's Call at first. Then when he saw how fast you could run, that changed everything. It is a big selling point. Being able to run 30 miles an hour and jump higher than your house. Alright. Get down here in town, rebuff, and then we'll go kill stuff with a mage. I should just lifestone tie here. I don't know why I don't. Yeah. Alright. Melee defense, we want... Yeah, because I picked up melee defense with this guy. Yep. Run. Arcane lore. And we'll buff missile defense too. Might protect us from a rock or two. Why not? And here we go. Self-buffing. I got myself some carrots tonight, but I'm half afraid to eat them, because I think they're going to be too loud. Old Danny Maple's getting some late night bass fishing in tonight. Don't even do that. That's just not funny. You ever see any of those? My God, that's some creepy shit. I would ground my 12-year-old son if I caught him watching that stuff. I'd have to. But I don't have one. So, well, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Jesus. Got a Father of the Year right there. I don't get to see him that often. Izzle. With the melee classes and the range classes, you need a whole bunch of different special items that you have to tinker. And you're always looking for rending weapons, because a rending weapon is the same thing as casting a vulnerability spell, you know, like vulnerability to fire, vulnerability to frost, whatever. Shit. Well, with the mage, you just cast vulnerability. It's nice to have the wands, but you don't really need them because you just cast a spell. Whereas with archers or melees, they have to jockey around a lot of equipment to do it. Mages just use wands for everything. And you always have the right attack. Boom. And that's why people play mages. Boom. So here's one of the new wands. Stabs. They're stabs. They're really cool looking too. There's another one. They have elemental properties. They do bonus elemental damage. So much easier. There's a fire one. But to use it, you have to have a base 290 war magic skill. Tough little bugger. No more on radar. Hello, Jim Perry. What's going on? No, 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 no. Wrong spell. Damn it. There's another one. They don't weigh that much, so I can stock up on them. Okay, we picked up some Oparnithus. Probably down there where that big green arrow is, if I had to make a guess. Yeah, melee defense. Good choice. Can you wear a cloak with a robe? What does it look like? Weird. Oh, it takes on the color of your undergarments. Neat. Banished Mumaya. There were like two or three. No, there weren't. Nothing like EQ. 2 or 3 over its 18-year lifespan. They did monthly updates. Every month they did basically a new expansion, mini expansion. New content, new dungeons, new NPCs, new quests, every month. It's a hell of a workload. There was always a storyline going. And it would carry over from one month to the next. I have no idea what these things are weak to. We're going to go with Frost, 9 and 5. It had a regular monthly subscription when it came out. It was like $9.95 a month or something like that. When it went into maintenance mode, it was just you buy the game for $10 and then you can play it for free. But prior to that, it was just a regular monthly subscription, like EQ was. They went into mobile gaming, which is odd. Yeah, not nearly as big, but very committed. Very committed community. A lot of people that played from the day it launched to the day they brought the server down. Freaking lawn dart. Mist golems everywhere. Should actually be killing them. I don't know what the hell they're weak to, though. Let's try fire. I don't think fire's it. Dedicated enough that when it came down, they rebuilt it from scratch, basically. They had some like graphics files and DAT files and whatnot that people had on their computers, but from that, because they didn't have any access to the source code at all, so they were able to piece it together. It's a big ass snowball. They had to shoehorn some things, of course, and do some workarounds. But they managed to stay fairly. I can't imagine the programming behind it being that convoluted for any modern day programmer, because it's 1999. But still, just the fact that they're willing to do it in their own free time. And I mean, hell, they started on that real quick. It's too heavy. You don't want to carry it. I don't care how much it's worth. It's too heavy. Seems to be much more efficient on the mage. Hark, another one. Just getting them out of the way. Oh, is that what it was? Oh well. As long as it's for a good cause. They were coming out of the woodwork last night, though. That was insane. People were just starting to get aggravated. You could tell. You can always tell when You know, maybe it's time to just hang it up for the night. It happens. What? What have we here? Red garnet. Thank you, sir. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, well, I'm a derp. See? This is why people shouldn't play games with me. I'll just get you killed. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. Wasn't even paying attention. Nebulous Golem. Now, I'm pretty sure these guys are weak to frost. Of course, it could be acid. See what acid does. Alright, stop resisting. People are watching. Make me look bad. Well, at least we're finding a lot of wands, if nothing else. Stabs. I keep calling them wands, but they're stabs. They're really cool looking, and if I could equip one, I'd show it to you. But you can't equip them until you're base 290 War Magic, and I'm not base 290 War Magic yet. About 30 points, I think. 20, 30 points. Wait, Swamp King? Yeah, we'll kill him. I'm a very bad EverQuest player, in case you haven't noticed. I forgot I was playing EverQuest one night. I was on my Shadow Knight, and Gathorn and I were meeting up somewhere. I don't remember where. It doesn't matter, but it involved me running from where I was. So I just started running, not thinking anything of it, because I'd been playing this all week. And God, I aggroed so much crap. And then my soul wore off. And I think I was in Kunark, actually. Ended up dying, of course. Just forgot. I forgot what game I was playing. Banished Mumaya. Yeah, alright, we'll kill them. They're good XP. So after we got my corpse back, we got on with our little adventure. And I think we just ended up hanging out by the water in Lake of Ill-Omen all night. Just killing pirates and stuff. Drollvogs or whatever the hell they're called. Oh, I don't know these things either. Let's go with piercing 8 and 5. You don't use your physical attacks. No, he doesn't. Gathorn's awesome. Yeah, he is cool. He's been with me for a very long time. He does all my like intro videos and special. In fact, he just posted another one. What are you on YouTube? There's a link to his channel. He just posted another one today. It's hilarious. His videos are hilarious. If you get a chance, watch them. Hilarious. I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but this is the world we live in. So. Check our spell timer. We still got, what the hell's that crossbow? Oh, that's those level 1 buffs. But no, he doesn't play AC. He tried it. He gave it the old college try, but not his thing. He's an EQ player through and through. Emulated server, Zoma. Very important distinction. Oh, I know of 3. I can name 2 for white servers, and then there's red servers also. This is a Fizzle Classic. It's a pre-Throne of Destiny server with a twist. And then there is High Tide, which is a Throne of Destiny server. Very functional. Still some issues, going to be honest. Work in progress. But very enjoyable to play on. If for no other reason than you're playing AC. Most of the content is working. Some of it's had to be shoehorned in. There's some post-TOD like weapons and stuff like that. No quests or anything though. You can't go to the island. Can't go up to Sanamar. It's there. It's just not populated. Got teleported out to it one night just to see that it was there. All the buildings are there and everything. There's just no people. But this one has all the classic weapon skills. Broken down, axe, crossbow, mace, dagger, all that stuff. Whereas the post-TOD one obviously has the combined, the light weapons, the heavy weapons, the finesse weapons. So, and then there's a High Tide is the red server, post-TOD red server. Yep, they're around. This one has a much smaller population than Reef Call. Reef Call, not High Tide. Reef Call. High Tide's the red server. Reef Call's the white server. Higher population there. It's throwing Destiny content. It'll say like there's 500 people on, 600 people on. Fairly good bet that at least a third of those are extra accounts from people multi-boxing, macroing. Oh shit! I forgot how to play the game. 8 and 5. Open to the public. Free to play. Doop. I'm looking for Nifis pearls. That's why I'm here, in case you're wondering. I need Nifis pearls so I can get writs, so I can get my mansion. I want my freaking mansion. Thought I had it on Friday night. I was supposed to stream EQ on Friday night, but I streamed Asheron's Call instead because I was that close to getting the mansion. All I had to do was hand some things in to get the writs, and then I had what I needed to get the mansion. Unfortunately, the things I was handing in couldn't be handed in during this time period for writs. It made me sad. There were tears. Alright, I'm gonna teleport back to Kara. Vic, what's going on? Let's see, now I have to kill those. So thanks for that. I went to your Twitch page. Banner looks nice. Sorry, these guys can sneak up on you if you're not careful. They debuff your fire, and then they hit you with fireballs, and it really adds up quick. You mean for their website? Oh, why the hell are you resisting me? Good lord. Thank you. Jesus. It's way more work than it should have been. No! If nothing else, those staves have are frequently made of good salvage material. Jet and black sapphire, or black... garnet, black garnet. Now, any changes you need made to anything on the website, you'll have to go through Tommy for. Only the founders can access that stuff, with one or two exceptions. Now, I didn't do too much. I just put my information up there, and that was pretty much it. Not use it just as to read the articles. Lots of good news up there too. New releases, what's coming out, progress of games, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I am going to go get a coffee, buff up. I will be back in just a moment. Hold my seat. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. Always time to go get a coffee when you're... Danny Maple, you didn't catch anything, huh? No, Gathorn's wanted to sleep in and wasn't really getting much of a response, and I don't know, I just felt like playing AC, to be honest with you. I really want to get that freaking mansion. It's driving me nuts. What was I going to say? Vic. Mobius in the Gaming Life. We're doing a giveaway for one of his game keys. He's got a game up on Steam now. Little indie thing, but still neat. Are you going to guilt me into logging on to EQ? Well, it's the same plan I had before, Tom. Slow, steady. I just got to kill these Nifus until I get enough pearls. It's the most efficient way I've found so far that I can actually do. There are other things, but my character would probably, or I'm not high enough level, I'd probably get steamrolled. Diamond golems. Not too bad one-on-one, but anywhere where you get them in any concentration, enough to make it worthwhile, they'd kind of roll all over you. P99, Zoma. You want to see? I'll show you an example of the house that we're getting. It's right over here on this hill. Yeah, it had housing. Blue. Zoma, on the blue server. See that house up there on the top of the hill? We're getting one exactly like it, but it's on the beach, on the East Coast. Yeah, it's right there in the landscape. Anybody can run past it, look in your windows. There's a force field over top of it that keeps people out, but you can deactivate that if you want. This is the back door. Yeah, this is a guild housing. You can only get one of these if you're a guild leader. Kind of, they don't call them guilds, but it's the same thing. You have to be a guild leader to get one. They're incredibly, ridiculously expensive. Yeah, let's do a house tour. I've done these before, but we'll do another one. Sure. Huge, huge, big old house. Many floors, couple of towers. All these little things on the floor, these little gray triangles, are hooks that you can put stuff on. Furniture or trophies, you know, like weapons. Any weapon in the game can be hung on a wall. Any of the quest items can be hung on a wall. Weapons and shields and stuff like that. Armor, not so much. But weapons and shields can. Wands, stabs, bows. But there's all kinds of furniture you can get. They do have player housing in the live servers, but it's instanced, of course. And down here is the basement with the sub-basement. Basement just gets you to the sub-basement. This is probably the best feature of the whole thing. Jail cells, all functioning. Locked. EverQuest live servers? No, they're still up. Still up and very active. And that portal there takes you down, and you can't use it unless you own the house. But that portal takes you to a sub-basement with like 5 rooms, with these little pods rooms. Each one of the little pods has like 3 or 4 chests in it, or 5, maybe 5 chests in it that you can use for guild storage. And then you can just store a whole bunch of shit down there. There's 10 chests altogether, storage chests, that you can just load up with stuff for everybody in the guild. Oh yeah, the live servers for AC are done. Yeah, they're done. It's been like a year now since I came down. They're called allegiances or monarchies. I've always called them monarchies, but later on they kind of shifted to allegiances. So it's all based on a king and his vassals kind of thing. An elected king, I guess. And it's a pyramid thing. And every rank of the pyramid gives, once you have the full pyramid of the tier, then the guy on top bumps up a level and everybody else below that bumps up a rank. And it goes all the way up to rank 10. But for that you need like 500 people set up perfectly in a pyramid. Unless you know the guy who runs the server. Then there's other housing too. There's apartments, which is literally just a room with a chest in it. There's a cottage, which is 2 rooms upstairs and then a basement. Sorry, I don't multitask very well. And villas are the largest single-person housing that you can get. Pretty expensive, but multiple floors with a sub-basement like the mansion does, but not as big, of course. And then mansions for entire guilds, monarchies, allegiances. Yeah. But, you had EQ, so. And that's where everybody was. At its peak, this one only had like 6 servers, plus a red server. 6 white servers and a red server, or maybe it's 2 red servers, I forget. Population may have peaked at like 150, 200,000. I forget what the peak was. 250 maybe? Maybe they got 250,000 at their peak. Now I didn't get into EQ until Cunard came out, as I've mentioned repeatedly. Find yourself repeating yourself a lot when you meet new people, or people that haven't heard the stories before, ad nauseum. It's interesting to see the different approach. 2 games that came out at virtually the same time, but 2 completely different approaches to an MMO. So, yeah. All I'm looking for are those Opar Nifis. There's nowhere really where you find them a lot. You just have to find them outside by water. They're always by water. I'm working on it. Get off my back. Look at all the wands I got. All the new wands. Here's a pair of those gloves I was telling you about, those archery gloves. Invulnerability 5, that's melee defense. Crossbow, bow, thrown weapons, and then coordination 5. They're only 130 base armor level though. You get them down here off the Swamp King. I never really got to play PlanetSide, and I really regret not getting to play it. Played PlanetSide 2 very briefly. I think I even just went through the tutorial. I think that's all I did. Oh! It looked it. Buddy of mine played it, a staunch EQ player from way back in the day, back when it first launched. Actually, he's one of the beta testers, and it's kind of the one that got me into it. Loved PlanetSide. It was the only thing to ever pull him away from EQ. It's not that I didn't want to play. I never got around to it. There's so many games. City of Heroes. When City of Heroes came out, I hit that game hard. Same with World of Warcraft. I hit World of Warcraft hard too, until Cataclysm. And then I was just done. Just had no desire to play anymore. I watched, the videos, Swifty and what's his name, Nobble 96 or whatever the hell his name is. Love his videos, love his lore videos. COH was great. And they had another game out at the exact same time that was out, and it was free to play. It was called X-Steel. It was made by the same company. I've mentioned it before. Amazing freaking game. Free to play, but they had microtransactions. It's one of the first games to do that, actually. I was always Alliance. Oh, come on. Just never liked the Horde side. What are you doing? Come on, why are you resisting me like this? It's embarrassing. People are watching. Yeah, I hit COH hard. Kept wanting to make a blaster that I could solo with, but they're so squishy. Force Blaster was the closest I got because of all the knockback that they used. When I got into it with a good bunch of folks, and I think that's the main reason why I got into it as hard as I did. I mean, almost immediately joined up with a really good guild of people who just enjoyed playing the game, but they didn't have any, crazy requirements or anything. Casual guild, and they're just good folks. Send it. What's going on? And what was I saying? Oh, X-Steel, Mac game. You operated a mech. It was really fast. The game was really freaking fast, especially for the time period. WoW came along at a good time when I didn't really have a lot of time for an MMO, and I'd just come off of no worries, Asheron's Call, EverQuest, City Heroes, to a lesser extent, as far as grindy goes. But City Heroes is very grindy. So it fit the bill at the time, and that's probably that, and the fact that I got in with a good guild in the very beginning really helped get me into that game. But X-Steel, my God, it was such an insane game. You drove a mech. It was like capture the flag, territory control, that kind of thing. And you could either take like a big, heavy, tanky mech, that kind of went slow, or you could take a short, fast interceptor, or a light, fast interceptor mech, to catch the flag carrier or to be the flag carrier. A lot of the flag carriers would like have a shield in each arm, and then they'd fly backwards, and when people were shooting at them, they'd have their shields up to protect themselves. But they'd have to fly backwards to do it. It was really cool, though. People got really good at it, and it was just fast. You had jump jets, so you could jump way up in the air and that kind of thing. And then they just took it down. No idea why. It was incredibly popular. People loved it. They never really even said why. They just took it down one day. I guess it was just supposed to be a a project that, you know, they're testing stuff out for a possible future game. I don't know. That was one of the theories, or one of the rumors. There wasn't enough code to build one from, and NCSoft wasn't giving it up. They're really weird about their code. NCSoft is. What the hell am I? Didn't see him there. So rather than try an emulator, they're just building a whole new City of Heroes game from the ground up, literally from the ground up. There's two City of Titans and Vanguard. Are two projects currently underway to revitalize, revivify City of Heroes. Spiritual successors, you know, very similar feeling. They're doing good work. Impressed with what I've seen so far. Hopped on for a little bit during one of their pre-alpha tests, you know, where they just basically had the city in place and they wanted people to come in and run around it. A teaser. Just enough to make you wish you could do something. I follow their Facebook page, but I don't get on Facebook. God, I haven't been on Facebook in ages. So I have no idea what the status is. That's where I got all my status updates for it. I'm going to try something here. Nope. I think Frost actually does more. Now we know. In this game, the opposite of lightning is acid. For a lightning elemental, you use acid attacks. And they're always sparking lightning. But I guess they fall into the vapor golem category. So they're weak to frost. You can't do permadeath. You just can't. You have to have some degree of consistency for characters, or for people to attach to. Horizons? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. There's another one. I have to try out Blood Bowl. The new Blood Bowl game. I have to do a review on it. I said I would. Now I actually have to get around to doing it. No time. I don't have time for any of them. Really looking forward to the beast growing up, so that, you know, more of that time is available. But I'm in no hurry to see her grow up either. Oh, really? Horizons Empire of Astoria. soon as I kill these guys, I'm going to write that down. I like me a good crafting game. Is it really? Yeah. Well, check it out before it dies then, if nothing else. Horizons. Empire of the All right. It's on my list. Oh, neat. Heh. Heh. Dodge this. Oop. Didn't have to dodge it, you just soaked it up. That's kind of the thing they're talking about doing with sorry about the ums. I can never remember the name of these damn games. Boom! Alright, let's use slash on these guys from now on. How about that? Ashes, thank you, yes. Good God. That's kind of what they had in mind for that. Alright, Thompson, thanks for stopping by. Sorry we didn't do the EQ thing tonight. I will make it up to you guys, I swear. Once I get this mansion. Oh, I thought I killed him. It was a logon message. Jesus Christ. Shadow. I'm down in Kara, trying to find these damn squids. And they're not being very cooperative. Well, yeah, there's no story, there's no flavor, there's no depth, it's sad. Like I said, I think the day of the MMO has come to an end. Are they putrid? I thought they were foul. Alright, well, we'll kill putrid. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. I hate having to heal myself. That's what these guys are for. What was I saying? I keep starting these conversations here and I lose my place. Yeah. The audience isn't there anymore for an MMO. At least not an MMO with any depth. Market's saturated. Nobody really wants to put money in another MMO. You got a much higher profit margin with a battle royale game or a first-person shooter. Yes, yeah, 290 is just the baseline. Minutes. All right. Oh, look at all the squids. We gotta do some killing here. There's another Swamp King. It's a little better. Kill these guys for the hides and the teeth. When they drop them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, we got two. We got a bunch of. It's the Opar that I want. But I'll kill the Seafool. Such a cool looking spell. Whirling Blade of Death. Pearl. There's another one. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, I'm going to have to go restock my comps here very shortly. Burn them like mad. Ding. I'm looting all of them regardless of what they are. I'll check them all out later. They don't weigh much. Too many rats. Shit, I might as well just kill them. That's pretty. It's pink. All that just to kill some squids. Calamari for everybody. Oh shit, time. 6 minutes. Yeah, we should probably wrap this up. Get back to buffing. Kill these last couple of Gromnies. If it takes a debuff and a war spell to kill him, then you might as well just use 2 war spells. Fewer keys. Little nugget of wisdom from me to you. Alright, let's go back to town. I don't know. I really do need to find out. I think 7 more. I don't remember exactly how many writs I have now. But I also have a pyreal ingot. Make it with these things. Motes. Turn motes into ingots. Oh shit, I gotta get that thing yet too. Which I can use to get one. So I don't remember. I have to log on to my second account to find out. Tommy, you got a body laying in Holtberg? Balzeron. He must have attacked again. We never got your one back from way up north yet either. I'll be right back while this buffs up. I'm gonna go hit the head. And we'll do our item buffs while I get a coffee. And I'll be right back. really should check that, but it's been running so well I don't want to jinx it. Oh, there's Driss's bot. That stuff all goes to the Ivory Crafter and the Wing Collector, obviously. Boom. Biting Strike. +8 melee. That's a keeper. Looking for that secondary property. Properties. Biting Strike or Crushing Blow. Want to make sure it has one of the two on there. Allegiance rank 2. Decent melee defense rating. It's also appreciated. It's got a nice melee defense rating, nice mana conversion bonus, but doesn't have any secondary properties. But see, these ones that he just implemented have damage bonuses for bludgeoning spells, or acid spells, or fire spells, or frost spells, whatever. They're elemental ones, so you'll have one for whatever. But if you, I don't know if you can rend them or not. If you put a rend on them, you get the bonus damage plus the rending damage, so you don't have to do the debuffs anymore. You just have to equip the right wand. Just looking for the properties. If it doesn't have a property, it's not worth looking at. That's the approach I'm taking. Sorry, I know this isn't very exciting to watch, but it's all part of the game. There, Crushing Blow, 13, very nice. Is that cold spells are both cold? No, that's piercing. Oh, neat, good. And last but not least. Okay, then we can go ahead and salvage all the ones that are salvageable. Jet. Jet is salvageable. Well, it's all salvageable, but Jet's the only one you want. And then this is the stuff that you use to add rending to a weapon. Jet adds lightning rending. Aquamarine has cold rending, frost rending, whatever, the cold one. There, got a full bag of that now, so we're ready to do a frost thing. And that's what our Tinker Mule is for. Red Garnet's fire. Dispersing, what's going on? And the rest of it's just vendor bait. Want to make sure we keep these two separate. And we can sell the rest. There you go. And here on this stuff, you're looking for cantrips, minor this, major that. You know, they're stackable buffs. You don't really care about any of the other buffs because you're just going to cast them yourself anyhow. Like willpower 5, I'm casting willpower 6, so that does me no good. But if it had like minor focus on it, it would be something that I'd consider keeping. Like this does minor dagger aptitude. It's a 5-point stackable buff. Major is 15 points. I don't think we have any jewelry. And I just have to make sure I don't sell my Nithis Pearl. Not selling the wand that I have in my hand. And then we go up to Nidisa Castle to buy more spell components. You burn through them like mad on a page. Half your burden is just spell components. Pretty much every time you cast a spell, you burn at least one taper, on average. Oops. Crystal golems suck. There's no good reason to kill them, so just don't. They don't drop anything special, and they're a pain in the ass to kill. And there's a command, fill comps. If you got your component window all filled out already, you can just type that command in and it'll fill you up to the required amount. And it makes buying all your spell components easier. Enough to buy a D note. File that away, and we're good to go hunting again. Lather, rinse, repeat. I am going to run some of this stuff over to Cragstone real quick. I'm trying to stay away from the mic, so I'm crunching. But this is the guy you hand the pearls into for a writ of refuge. And Cragstone for the Ivory Crafter for all this stuff. And there's a wing collector there also. So I'll take care of all that stuff all at once. And we'll sell it. And we'll get back to business. Just have a hankering for carrots, I don't know why. Don't want to go yet. Oops. Anybody can get in, Jim. We have an open door policy. We don't actively recruit, but if somebody asks, there's always room at our table. We only get together as a group like 2 or 3 times a week at the most. This week we only got together once. And well, you were there. It was a clusterfuck. I had fun, but it was a mess. Not to say folks can't get together when I'm not streaming. What the hell am I doing? I know Gathorn's on a regular basis. He's been playing his ranger a lot. And he's kind of on break right now. So he's got a lot of extra time. I don't know what happened to Ty. He just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, hell, you can do EQ on anything. You don't even need a 64-bit system to do EQ. You can run it on a 32-bit. Yeah, that's what's nice about it. You can run it on anything, and it runs well. Their server's been up long enough that they've got it optimized as well as it's going to get. Orcus Welby MD. Yeah, sure. We could always use cleric. It's just one of those classes that always comes in handy. Gathorn was our cleric for a while, but then he switched over to druid for our higher level characters. He spent so much time on his druid just porting people around that he just leveled up by default. He's always been healing as best as he can with a druid. This isn't horrible, but not as good as a cleric. Alright, I have to do this one more time. Always start with fresh buffs, so you know what your timer is. 6s last 45 minutes. Not on P99, not with their quad kiting ability. Druids are easy to level if you know how to do it. I don't play caster classes. I don't know how to do it, but I see people doing it all the time. Yeah, you have to play anonymous if you want to get anything done. And even then, if people see you playing anonymous, they know you're a druid, so they just send you a message anyhow. Well, it's also a good way to make money. Tips. And you'll hear me complain about mana on EverQuest all the time. I hate mana. I hate mana on EverQuest. You'll never hear me complain about mana on it. Because you never run out. $273. I need 17 points. I'll be back in just a second. Do my item, right? Yeah, right back. Alright. Entirely reversible. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Once you're level 39, that is. Or what is it? 35, I think you get your first 0% res. Alright, where are these Nifis at? That's really all I care about. I do want to kill the shadows too. $29? Is that what it is? I really like killing the Grommies. I really do. That sucks. 8 points. Yes, 8 points left. That's my next character. It's going to be a Dwarf Paladin. Yeah, Micah has it. On his, he has Dwarf Paladin. I think he has 90, I'm not sure. I know he's at least level 54, so I don't know what level you get it at. Oh shit. Almost out of mana. That happens, you die. Oh, he's dead. Shit. Kill these guys because they drop next tier loot. Everything else drops 300 base. These guys drop 325 base. That's why I kill them. The putrid. This whole game can be done with the keyboard. You don't need the mouse for much of anything. Makes some things easier, but you don't need it. There's key commands you can always use. Like to loot bad guy, you do the backslash and R to open up the corpse. R again to close it. Is that banished Manuga? It's got to be a banished. They're the only ones that are up here. Manugas are weak to frost, surprisingly enough. shit. Wrong spell bar. Oh, that's irritating. 17 points. Golems I kill for the moats. See what I mean? Every fight you should end pretty much at full health, full stamina, full mana. No reason not to with a mage. Damn. Well, it still did pretty good. I'll take it. Points. Oh, you son of a bitch. And then they resist. You don't really have much of a use for potions either. Play your character well. You generally don't run out of any lifeblood. There used to be a thing in the game called spell economy. And, well, piercing seems to work better. The more a spell got used, the less effective that spell would be. Whether it's a war spell or a buff or whatever. So if somebody was like standing out in the field just spamming a frost or firebolt spell, it would start slowly doing less and less damage over time. For everybody. Not just the person casting the spell. So you tended to want to mix your spells up a little bit so the system wasn't registering too many fireballs all at once. Then they decided very quickly that that's not a good idea. Let's just take that out of the game altogether. It hasn't been in since the very early days of the game. Like the first year. And they dropped the Banished Shadow, or bow, but it's too heavy and I don't really need it. My archer already has one. Won't be making another archer. Banished Manuga again. Kill the Banished because they're worth more XP. 1 point. Could have punched him to death. Yeah, acid works pretty good on these guys. These Ebon Gromneys drop something, I don't know, or Madikars, Ebon Madikars rather. They drop something, I have no idea what, but I keep killing them in the hopes of finding out. I could look it up, of course, but I'd rather just find out. They're like the ghetto equivalent of the Hori Madikars. Lots of Gromneys. These are baby dragons. They get much bigger. Well, dragon-like things. This game doesn't have dragons in it, but... Just trying out different elements, see what works. No, none of the elementals seem to work at all, just the physicals. Boom. Piercing works. Oh, swine. He moved around the lily pad and he avoided my spell. Melee defense makes a huge difference. I've never done that on a mage before. Now I wish I'd done it on everyone I've ever made. I don't get hit nearly as often. Spend a lot less time draining and a lot more time just killing. Just never occurred to me. They don't have compatible stats. Mages are all intellect and that kind of stuff. They don't have the skills needed or the stats needed for good defenses, but apparently you don't need too much. You just need some. And then your wands have a nice big bonus on it. Plus 44% to your melee defense, which is buffed to 277. So add 44% to that. And that's what my effective melee defense skill is right now. So mages tank. I don't know why I like killing them so much. I used to get killed by them a lot back in the day. Maybe that's why. Revenge. And they drop wings. There's Tommy. Oh, what do we got here? 23 minutes? Yeah. We'll kill some shadows. The Umbrus are really magic resistant. I think they debuff your life magic too. And those big diamond shaped things that go off over top of them, that's a debuff spell that you use life magic for. Lowers the resistance to fire. Shadow poop. Nice. Very nice. That's funny. People want those bots up and running since Zeus took the town crier buffs away. He thinks it's time for everybody to stand on their own 2 feet now. No, sturdy iron key. I'll take it. Gonna need a whole lot of those. Yeah, the baning thing does suck, but you know, if nothing else, people can work on their item magic. Need item early on anyhow for the transportation, so. So with bots available, they can start with item magic and mana conversion, and then get the other magics from that point forward. Wrong window. What the hell do they drop? Killed so many of them now. I need to just start killing, just to get the XP to get to 290. But we need those damn writs. Holy shit. Alright, we got some Nifus coming up. Okay, we'll start here and work our way across. There's another one. one shot. It's a crushing blow wand, so potential for a one shot's always there. Pearl, another writ. And that's why I do it. Excuse me. It is. It's Sunday. Everybody's depressed about having to go back to work. It is Sunday, isn't it? Mr. X, long time no see. I heard you got kidnapped by the Taliban. How's it going? Oh, there's another plane over there. I am good. I am very good. But, you know, I have a charmed life. Not bragging. Just stating a fact. Get down here, you bastards. Don't make me climb that mountain. I don't know why. Why do I keep killing them? I have to drop something. Those freaking butterflies scare me all the time. They're so creepy looking. One of them comes fluttering up behind you and you're not expecting it. We had a Nifus on track, I thought. There he is. Alright. On track. Alright, we'll kill you. No orb? What the hell is that? They always drop their orb. I thought it was 100% drop rate. I was robbed. I want a 1 month refund. Isn't that what they normally do? Server goes down for 10 minutes, everybody wants a 1 month refund. Please stop following me. Trying to do something and you're interfering with progress. Huh. Should probably kill those more often. Pearls, pearls, pearls. Once we get the mansion, there's all kinds of quests we can do to equip the mansion. Everything from furniture, portal devices, to statuary, to whatever. All kinds of crazy things. But we got to get the mansion first. He got the one in Holtberg, but we never did get the one up by Stonehold. I don't know what happened to him the other night. Major Fieldy. Silver Pea. Black garnet. Alright, what was I looking for? Anything? No, nothing. What do we got? 5 minutes left. Let's portal recall. Okay. Obsidian Golem. Don't let me forget about those. Back in town. Lather, rinse, repeat. The excuse I'm using is it's important for you to see these parts of the game, so you don't think it's all just running through dungeons and having a lot of fun. There's a lot of just grindy stuff that you have to do, just like in any other game. I will be back in just a moment while he buffs. We'll do our item. And we're good to go. 10 more buffs. Sorry about that. That's funny. Well, funny for me, not for you. Well, we'll be around long enough for you to go change your britches if you need to. Yeah, that's funny. Wait till he gets down here. I need some stamina. Thank you. Still looking for pearls. I'm close. I'm very close. I think I need like 6 more, maybe 5 more, something like that. Getting a lot of wands though, so it's getting me to 290 base, and then by the time I get all the pearls that I need, I'll be at 290 base, so I'll be able to start using some of these wands. I'm going to get that damn mansion if it kills me. I feel bad making everybody sit through all this boring stuff, but I just don't get a lot of opportunities during the day. I'll get them. I'll get them. There we go. Pearls motes anything I can use. There's always golems. Yeah, I imagine it does. Staring at lines going blip, 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 blip. I'm guessing. See them terrifying. Those butterflies are terrifying. If I was out in the field and one of those butterflies flew past me, I would go running. Look at that creepy thing. Alright, where was the other one? Bastard. Boy, I used to be terrified of those out at Fort Teff. I never really stopped. I would EQ was always a game I would hop on for a month or so, see what's new, see what's changed, and then just hop back off and go back to whatever else it was I was doing. So EverQuest has always been there somewhere. At least 2-3 times a year I'd fire it up, play for a month or so. I was boycotting it briefly because of the anniversary event. But then I just went and reinstalled again and made a Froglock Monk. I should do some live EQ time too. I still feel bad. That one guy, head of their art department, did a $10 donation one night. They were doing a donation drive, you know, community outreach kind of thing. And because he pulled the hashtag from Twitter. Unfortunately, I was playing P99 at the time, and I kind of feel bad. Consistently, I don't know that I've ever played it enough to call it consistent. It's always been in and out, in and out, in and out. I think the longest stretch I ever played it was maybe 6 months. And that was primarily because they went free to play. And you know, I'm cheap. Now, when we started doing the streams for EverQuest, it was on the live servers. That's where I met Gathorn. Well, you were around, but you weren't playing on the live server. You know, Boar. I believe even Thompson joined us around that time. And then we all decided to, hey, let's check out P99. Gathorn Array had characters there. And I'd played on it in the past. I liked all those crazy little servers that they have. The EQEMU network, all those goofy little Hidden Forest server and the Easy server. It's just neat to see what all the people are doing with all the client. Some real creative people out there. Yeah, yeah. That's why all the footage from the intro video is all from the live server, because that's how it was that long ago that he made it. That's oh god, what was his name? Oh, that one guy. The whole reason we went to Bertoxalis in the first place was we were on Zegany. The whole reason we went to Bertox in the first place was God, I don't even remember his name. I feel horrible for that. But then life got in the way. He wasn't able to play anymore. Stupid life. Well, this one's closer. So I guess we'll go get this one. Yeah, it does need to get redone, because I don't play any of the, except for Black Squad, but I don't stream Black Squad because nobody likes to watch it. Yeah, same with me. After a while, I just get tired of the grindiness of it. Even on the live server, there's still a fair amount of grindiness to it. Now, there was a time when I was streaming it, actually, that I was taking it pretty seriously, and I was leveling up characters and whatnot. But then they gave me all those 85 boosts, and it just if I wait around long enough, I'll get another character boost. So no point in really leveling them. What's one of the perks of having an old account? My account got grandfathered in, so I was able to keep all my character slots. Reed sharks. One of the earlier streams I was doing was on the live servers for Asheron's Call. Ew, just the old snot glob floating up in the air. So, does Manacon have an effect on component burn? Is that why you were talking about Manacon in the Discord? No, I don't want that. Put it back. I didn't know, Mick. I'm just working on a thing here on AC, and I was just on last night. We were on P99 last night. Didn't have a group together tonight, I guess, and I really want to get this mansion thing. We normally do it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but the weekend was just kind of messed up. Oh, you stop resisting me. Thank you. You son of a bitch. I always resist when they're almost dead. Another hide. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? I need more squids. Should have got my ring spells. Come in really handy for situations like this. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, our Saturday night group is the gnomes. We all made gnome casters, pet classes. We had 4 mages, but we lost one. One for each element, a mage for each element. Then we got an enchanter and a necro. All the different pet classes for gnomes. And they're crazy powerful. Crazy powerful. Oh, you wouldn't know it last night watching us get slaughtered left and right, but that was just we kept getting trained on, apparently, by my pet, of all things. I would, as soon as Zeus gets his server up and running. I plan on doing exactly that. No, I've never really played it. Dipped my toe into it very briefly. So I'm looking forward to an opportunity to get a chance to check it out. You got up there? Nothing. Nothing. Well, we'll be back on track next weekend. I'm just trying to get this mansion thing going. Once I get that going, I'll be settled. Just drives me nuts starting something and not finishing it. Got a couple of Madicars up here that need to die. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. That's it over there. That's a mansion right there. Son of a bitch. You would until you figure it out, just like any other game. It's just like any other game. Figure out the system and then you just go with it. It's really pretty straightforward. If you've ever played D&D or whatever, third edition D&D, then the system in the game shouldn't be too difficult to follow. You know, you got your stats, and you know, like the higher your strength is, the higher your melee skills are. Same with coordination. But if you're a caster, the higher your focus and self is, the higher your magic skills are. You know, the stats will influence the skills. And you know, when you mouse over, it tells you, you know, war magic is equal to your focus and your self divided by 4. Figuring out where to spend your points and whatnot, that's a little trickier. But there's basic templates. You know, you want to have 3 magic schools trained at least. Oh, that's easy. It's just north is north, south is south. There's always a map there, and there's an add-on map that you can add that gives you much more detail. And then this allows you to set plots. You know, like I can click on Kara, for example, and then the arrow here will point me towards that. They're add-ons, though. They don't come with the game natively. Quality of life improvements. The coordinate system is very basic, X, Y axis. Much easier than the EverQuest one, actually. You always got a real-time display of your coordinates. Right up here under your radar is your current coordinates. So if you know like the coordinates of the dungeon, then you just run in the right direction. Follow the number. You don't even need all the add-on stuff. You can just follow the numbers. That's how we used to do it. Yeah, I get all screwed up in the location thing in EverQuest. Just when I think I have it figured out, I don't know why. I don't know why. Don't know why. Well, I think it has something to do with you know, they got like this big grid layout, and then they put all these little areas in specific areas on that grid, and that just happens to be where they fall on that grid or something like that. So like in Asheron's Call, the bulk of the dungeons that you go into are actually located inside this sea right here in the center of the continent. If you're in one dungeon and somebody else is in the dungeon right next door, you can hear them casting spells if they're within range. But they're all housed right here. Or anywhere there's an open spot, but most of them are right here. So I'm guessing there's something similar involved with EverQuest. And talking, yeah. Hear somebody talking, you know you're alone in the dungeon. You know there's nobody else there, but you can hear somebody talking and it kind of freaks you out sometimes. Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, because if you can target them. How handy would that be if, like, you know, the Shaoxi Grotto is right next door to BSD or something like that? Yeah, there's no zoning in this game. Even when you go through a teleport into a dungeon, you're not really zoning. You're just teleporting to here. But anywhere on there you can run without zoning at all. There's land blocks that get loaded. It's kind of basically the same thing. But you don't have a loading screen. You just run right into it. Really? Huh. See, I didn't know that until after people start working on the emulated servers. I didn't know that that was a thing. I wish I had. So you just find out which dungeon, which low level and which high level dungeons are next to each other. You park your mules accordingly and just power level them. Woot. Bugger. They don't drop them very often, do they? Dredge Slayer. You can tell when you're running cross country when you run into a new land block. There's a little stutter. There's always a little stutter when you cross that line. Now I don't know if that's because of that or what, but see, I don't understand any of that. Zeus is the guy that runs the show on here. This is his server. No. Back in the day, they didn't have all the resources that computers have now. Christ, the average gamer's computer now is probably bigger than all the servers combined back in the day. Yeah, they had a system in place when there were too many people in a town. You would start getting portal storms. If too many people were like, well, when Arwick was the main trading hub of the game, before they put in the marketplace and everything, everybody would congregate in Arwick, and periodically throughout the day there would be portal storms, and people would just get portaled outside of town to a safe place. But that's how they kept too many people from getting into one spot. Now, of course, everybody just run right back. So then it would happen all over again. To be fair, they had no idea what they were doing. It was all new. Other than Ultima, there was nothing out there. And people were doing it over dial-up. I'm very forgiving of the pioneers. That would be nice. New guy down in Florida, one of the game shop guys. He got a job with one of my other customers, doing data entry and scanning through documents, um, finding keywords and stuff like that. And this guy had a staff of people that did this for him. But the guy that he hired from the game shop decided, well, I could do this the way everybody else is doing it, or I could just write a macro, put in the parameters, that satisfy the macro, and just have that do all the work. I don't need to sit here and manually scan through it. I can just program something to scan through it for me. So he did. And then he duplicated it so that he was able to work on 6 or 8 terminals at a time, scanning through all these documents. And so he was putting out the same workload as 6 or 8 other employees, simply because he used a little creativity. And then he'd sit there and play Asheron's Call all day. It was kind of funny. And the other employees started bitching. He's sitting there playing video games all day. Why the hell does he get to do that? And the owner said, if you had the output that he did, even remotely close, I would let you do it too. Damn it. Glacial Golem Margrave, that's a good spot to end up on. Oh, no, we don't. No, don't have enough time. Nope. Thank you, Nomic. Yeah, we'll be back on EQ on Friday. Probably going to be doing this during the week. Based on the spell. Oh, so some spells just naturally burn more. Like war spells, I'm guessing. That would have been a great way to continue on with the spell economy if they were, obsessed with maintaining that. Instead of having the spells become less effective, have them burn more components. Huh. Oh, that's true. That is true. Yeah, the spell economy system. We were talking about that earlier. I'm glad they got rid of that. Oh, so it went the other way. That I didn't know. $220. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It's $220. By the time I get buffed and back in the field and everything, it'll just be too late to get anything done. So I'll be back on tomorrow. Might take Tuesday night off. I don't know. Depends. See what the girlfriend says. She's off that night, so she'll probably want to. But I don't know. We'll see. No, thanks for having me. Huh, that's funny. So, I will see you folks tomorrow night. Have a good night. I hope your work goes quickly if you're working, and I hope your sleep is well if you're fixing to sleep. See ya.